The hell are you supposed to be? I'm vengeance.
All right, man. What's up? How y'all guys doing? AW here. How are you doing on this beautiful Wednesday night? I'm doing good, guys. Hope you're all doing good. Welcome to the. Hey, Red. I'm sorry, Red. I'm sorry. You got timed out, Red. I'm sorry to hear that. Uh, welcome to tonight's show, man. We're not detracting tonight. No detracting tonight. We're gonna have some DC comics. DCU movie stuff, TV stuff, James Gunn stuff, updates, thoughts, opinions, suggested stuff like that. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. For all you people watching in the chat. As you see on my title, if you see in my thumbnail, not really. See on my thumbnail, you see Lanterns, Waller, and Supergirl, but there's actually more that came to light today. More DC stuff. James Gunn teased something major. Take whatever he says. I'll reveal it in a bit. Okay. James Gunn revealed something that a possible casting or a possible defector going to DCU, and I mean defector from Marvel, MCU. So we're going to look at that. We're going to look at some possible rumors, updates, writers, directors, casting updates for the upcoming DCU. We'll talk a little bit of Joker, the Batman, and starting the season 2, the sequel, getting very soon to start filming next year. But they're gonna get filming. The Penguin show comes out in a month. So yeah, the Joker stuff. Todd Phillips has come out and said, "No, it's sequel. This is done. After this movie, there's no way we're gonna do a third movie." But he said the exact same thing for the first Joker movie that was supposed to be a one and done, if you remember. Now make sure to like, share, and subscribe, please. Please. It really would help out. Also, that's about it. I think that's about it. No Campia, no Grace, no Dirkcock, no Eric July, nothing of that sort. No detracting tonight. Blinder will be in. We're going to talk DC. And you know what? I'm going to get other people in too. Just for this. Yes, it has, Red. It has. So I'm going to be inviting people in this stream. All right. And that's it for wrestling talk. Well, John, if you know wrestling, if you want to do a crossover between wrestling and DC, John Cena is going to sign a Legends contract. Once his in-ring contract is up with WWE, he's pretty much signed a Legends contract with WWE. If you didn't know. And he's coming back as Peacemaker. And there's actually James Gunn's wife. A photo of James Gunn's wife on the set of Peacemaker Season 2 came out today. Remember, James Gunn's wife is Hardcourt in Peacemaker. So, yeah. Hardcore. Yeah, that's the name. Hardcore. Hardcore. Whatever. And Peacemaker. All right. All right. All right, man. Come on down, guys. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment below, guys. I know. I know. Tonight it's not going to be. I don't think it's not going to be as long as last night. That's why we started an hour later, because this stream is probably not going to be as long. At best, an hour to 2 hours. At best. Okay? And it's just ready to chat. I hope the chat gets cooking. Cooking like last night. Okay? Cooking like last night. Last night's chat was cooking, flying, was pretty pretty chatty, pretty busy. I like that. And I hope it continues. Ha ha ha. All right, man. All right. Where to start? Where to start with this DC stuff? Where should I start with DC stuff? Lanterns. Well, Lanterns, as you know, it's going to be an HBO show, right? It's not going to be a movie, but it's going to be based on the Green Lantern, specifically Hal Jordan and what's his name? John Stewart, right? Most well-known Green Lanterns. It's going to be based on that, and it's going to be Earth focused, less space focused, heavily Earth focused, right? Lanterns. Okay. What's up, Sideways? What's up? Okay. And yeah, so it's going to be very heavily Earth focused. The show, right? And Blindon will come in. I don't know. He hasn't said anything. He'll come in when he's ready. And if you have the link, you feel free to come in when you're ready. Okay. So Lanterns, right? That's what Lanterns is about. Apparently, it has a writing team. Lanterns has a writing team, but it doesn't have directors, right? Right now with shows, there's no, every episode does not have one director. Each episode is different directors from TV shows, right? Right. Sometimes directors will do 2 or 3 episodes. Some will do 1. Some will do right. So they always split them up, right? Each episode has a different director for shows, right? Okay. And this is going to be no different. This is going to be no different, okay? With this show. Okay? But we haven't heard any directors possibly in this show, directing this show. Until now. All right? According, let me bring this up. Let me go find it. According, now take this with a grain of salt. I don't know how legit this guy is, okay? But take it with a grain of salt, okay? But according to an account called Everything DCU, all right? DCU. Now, I don't know how legit this guy is. I really don't know, okay? Scoopers, if you know me, you know how I feel about Scoopers, okay? Okay? So, I'm going to find this news about the Lanterns. Who is possibly in direct the Lanterns? Okay? Now, bear with me. I'm trying to find it. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to pull this up. This is from X, my X. This is a count, okay? Okay. 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 I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. No, he's not, man. Trust me, he's not. All right. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna leave, but I'll be right back. Okay. So bear with me. Okay, now I'm gonna bring it up. There's my face, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna bring it up again. Okay. There we go. According now, this grain of salt, nothing official. According to this YouTube, to this X account, Sean Durkin, the Iron Claw, might be one of the directors of Lanterns. So they might be looking at. Now this comes from, all right. So Sean Durkin, who did the Iron Claw, very well received. The wrestling movie based on the Von Erich wrestling family. It got a lot of praise by A24. Possibly doing the Lanterns. Now this comes from not this guy himself, not this YouTube, not this Twitter account itself. Okay, this guy did not come with it. All right, you can clearly see that on Wider's Jennifer Joaquin Lopez's letterbox. He says they discussed Sean Durkin in the writers' room. Okay. So apparently, he was discussed in the writers' room. Sean Durkin as possibly directing one of the directors for Lanterns. Okay, possibly. All right. Now, Sean Durkin has only directed 3 films, and they're very, very spread far apart from each other. Okay. He's the one that made Elizabeth Olsen a big star. He's the one that gave Elizabeth Olsen's first movie. Whoa! All right, from back in 2011, he directed a movie 2011 that started Elizabeth Olsen's first ever movie, and that's how she kind of broke out and started building up her career. That's her first major movie that got her a bit of recognition. They did another movie 2020, and then this is his latest movie, Iron Claw, that came out last year. So 3 movies in a span of 13 years. So he hasn't really done directing movies. He has produced, but he hasn't really done directing movies. But this is not a movie. This is a TV show. Now, the movies he has done, specifically the one with Elizabeth Olsen was well received, and Iron Claw was well received. I don't know about the third movie, the second movie in between. So I can see why people might be excited for this. He only has 2 movies that I know that got well received, but I'm not 100% sure on this, really. I wonder who else is going to direct some episodes in this show for this. Now, James Gunn I don't know if James Gunn has said anything about directors on board for the Lantern show. He hasn't said anything about Peacemaker. We know for a fact he's directing some episodes of Peacemaker season 2, but he's not directing all the episodes like he did for the first season. We know that's a fact. Okay, that he's not directing all the episodes of Peacemaker season 2, but he's directing some episodes. Okay. We know that's a fact. Okay. Me too. Now, obviously, this is not confirmed. This is not confirmed by James Gunn or anybody himself. So it's just rumors, speculation. Um, but somebody who probably maybe on the inside. I don't know. I don't know. Now, I have not seen Iron Claw, even though as a wrestling fan, I should see it. And I want to see it. But I heard good things, and people liked it. Even non-wrestling fans liked it. Okay, even non-wrestling fans liked the movie because it's more than a wrestling story. It's about family life and trauma and heartbreak and stuff like that. The Iron Claw, more than just wrestling, right? So I haven't seen. I gotta see it though. As a wrestling fan, I gotta see it. Okay, but I guess this would be a good, a good audition if it's true. If he does come on board, I don't. How many episodes? Is it 8 episodes or is it 10 episodes? Let me check. Lanterns might be 10 episodes. Eight episodes. So 8 episodes. This show's been picked up for 8 episodes. 8 episodes. Okay. 8 episodes for. Okay, and it's gonna be on HBO, Warner Brothers, Max, whatever. But if Sean Durkin, I mean, I'm all for it. I don't know the episodes. If it's true, if it's true. And where is Blinded? Where is Blinded? Where is my buddy Blinded? Seriously, Blinded, where are you? Okay. Now, this team is gonna, right, like I said at the beginning, this team's gonna start out with Hal Jordan and John Stewart, the most recognizable, well-known lanterns of the Green Lantern Corps from Earth, right? And it's gonna be a majority on Earth. It's gonna take place on Earth majority of the time. It's not gonna take place in space, but it's gonna be like a lantern's detective investigation kind of show, apparently. Okay? They're gonna be kind of investigating something, right? Both of them. Kind of like they're like the detectives. Lanterns are galaxy universe cops, basically, right? They are the ones who are basically cops. With terrible CGI. Okay, cops. So yeah, they're basically space cops, lanterns, right? Space cops. They all have their own sector to look over, right? But this is Earth. This is different. This is their home planet, and something is off. Now I don't know. I don't know. That's apparently the story, right? The premise of the show. Okay. Now this show looks like it's getting development very soon. As the writers, looks like it's on the verge of getting directors. There's no cast announcements, right? Nobody who's gonna. Nobody's been cast for this show. Okay. Now it's possible at New York Comic Con there might be some news about the DCU. Okay, all right. James Gunn kind of winked at the fact that about New York Comic Con. Somebody asked him about New York Comic Con, and he kind of just like gave an emoji, sly kind of emoji, kind of hinting, wait and see, New York Comic Con, and that's in October. October, at the end of October this year. Not as big as San Diego Comic Con, but still New York. You get the idea. And DC is going to be there. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you're always going to be there. All right. And DC will be there. Okay. And I got to see something. Well, Streaming shows are always usually 8 episodes, so it's normal. It's really, if you really think about it, it's normal among streaming shows. Now I gotta find something. It's really a normal thing. Oh, okay. All right. Um, excuse me. Okay. I gotta check. I'm checking my YouTube channel. There we go. Edit channel. No, no. All right. I'm back. I'm back. Just checking. All right. So okay, I'm back, guys. I'm back. But yeah, that's about lanterns, I guess. I'll get blindness opinion when it comes on. He says he'll come on soon, like always. So he'll come on soon. All right. So I don't know when that will be. Okay. All right. All right. So yeah, that's lanterns right now. Okay. Now we're gonna stick with the same Twitter account. Same Twitter account. Okay. Same Twitter account. All right. Waller. Waller standing Viola Davis. You know Waller, right? Apparently, it's gonna be pushed as the next HBO original, and it's gonna be larger than it was planned earlier. So I haven't heard anything what's gonna be planned about. I assume it's gonna be her plan on the run. I don't know, but it's supposedly gonna feature big connections to Batman: Brave and the Bold. So yeah, so it's gonna be bigger than originally planned, and it's going to be connected to some way connected to Batman: Brave and the Bold, which is the Batman movie in the DCU. Okay, okay, and well, this is according to Daniel RPK. Daniel RPK. The series is described to be darker or more grounded than Peacemaker. Yeah, I could believe that. I could believe that. I can certainly believe the idea that Waller is going to be more darker, more grounded than Peacemaker. Okay, I could believe that for sure. I could believe that for sure. But connected to the Batman Brave and the Bold, what does that mean? Does she have connections to certain villains, enemy uh, villains in the that Batman has countered in the DCU? I don't know, like particularly Deathstroke or certain villains that, or does it mean like Gotham connections? Uh, uh, connections in Gotham, maybe among high power elites or government in Gotham. I don't know, right? I don't know, obviously. But does that mean Waller's going to have potentially, potentially a, a role in Batman Brave and the Bold? Now we don't know what Batman Brave and the Bold is going to be. Yeah, we assume it's going to be with Damian Wayne. Okay, Damian Wayne's gonna end up in Brave and the Bold, Batman's son from the comics. Now, listen to me. Listen. Just because it's in the comics doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be exactly the same in live action. But probably will. They'll probably have a son, just going to be differently written, probably. But out of that, what can this mean? Waller connected to Brave and the Bold. Is Waller? Is there? I mean, Waller's government. She's high. She's high. She's high in the government, right? She's high among the ranks in the government, right? Military, whatever, right? So I assume she has connections in Gotham. Gotham. Let's assume it just makes complete sense that she would have connections in Gotham. And her show, what is her show about? Her being an anti-hero? Putting a team together, a new Suicide Squad, or putting not Suicide Squad, but perhaps putting another team together? I want blinded on this. I want where every Degrassi is. He'll maybe tell me. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Uh, what's the connection between those two? How is Waller going to connect into Batman Brave and Bold? Okay. How are those two going to connect? That is the question. That is the question going forward with that show. And it might be the next HBO original. So we know Peacemaker. It looks like Creature Commandos is going to be the first DCU show. It's animation, but still, it's still going to be the first DCU project to come out. And then it looks like Peacemaker and John Cena has basically confirmed. Yeah, Peacemaker is coming out next year, season 2. It's coming out next year. Okay. If you want to know, unless you live in the rock, yeah, he basically said that it's coming out next year. Okay. All right. So what it looks like? So those are Creature Commandos, Peacemaker, and it looks like Waller might be the next show. Well, I think Waller, Booster Gold. I don't know if he's gonna be in the show or not. I just think he's gonna be in the movie. I don't know. I can't tell you anything. I never read anything or heard anything what it's gonna be like. I have no idea what it's gonna be like. But it looks like it's gonna be Creatures Commandos. December comes out in December. Okay. Then Peacemaker. And then possibly Waller. But also you gotta remember, Lanterns, Booster Gold, and Waller could all be filming at the same time. Right? But they'll have different release calendars. Right? I assume starting next year, we'll have 2 shows coming out a year from DCU. I think that's what James Gunn said. His plan is to have 2 shows come out each year and maybe 2 movies each year. I think that's what he said when he introduced the new DCU slate, the Chapter 1, the new DC, the rebirth of the DC Warner Brothers universe. I think that's what he said. I could be wrong. And that's probably in articles and interviews. Not exactly from the presentation he did last year in January, the end of January last year. But I think he said in interviews, or even maybe he just replied to someone on X or Threads about how many, about what they're going to release each year, whether it's 2 or 3 movies or 2 or 3 shows. I think he did say 2 shows and 2 movies. Superman is the only movie scheduled come out next year from DCU. All right, the only movie, and I think that's gonna be the only movie because no other DCU movies being made right now. Supergirl is gonna go production, filming very soon. Now they already have a cast. I mean, they don't have a full cast. They just have who's cast. They just have who's Supergirl. All right, who's gonna be Supergirl? And that's Millie Alcock. Played a young version of and not Game of Thrones, House of Dragon from the first season. I forget her name, who she played, but she played a younger version. But then as that show did time jumps, so a different actress played the same character. So she was only in that show for I don't know, 2 or 3 episodes, right? Okay. So she's gonna play Supergirl, right? And does Supergirl have a director? I keep forgetting. Does Supergirl have a director? I keep forgetting if it has a director. Oh yeah, Supergirl does have a director, Craig Gillespie. Yeah, okay, thank you. There we go. Yeah, Supergirl does have a director now. Okay, yeah, I keep forgetting. Okay. Oh, okay. Also, this is a better. I found a better site. Do DC rumors update. Okay. All right. So yeah, here's some more rumors. Speaking of Supergirl, there's the Batman. Dun, dun, dun. I got a Batman song.
Too low.
A little.
Okay, because I'm on my mic on my laptop. Okay, is that better?
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah.
Okay.
You're fine. You're good.
All right.
All right, how are you, man? How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay.
That's good, man. That's good. I'm just talking some DC stuff, Lanterns might have possible director for a few episodes, and Sean Durkin, who hasn't really directed that much movies.
Sean Durkin?
Yeah. He did the Iron Claw that came out last year.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah. It's okay. It's Lanterns. We know what Lanterns going to be, right? It's going to be grounded, them on Earth, kind of like more of a detective kind of story, right? Right. You're going to be investigating something on Earth,
right?
Right.
Yes, that's what the premise says.
Yes, and it's going to be 8 episodes. So yeah, Sean Durkin apparently. Sean Durkin hasn't really directed many movies. I mean, he's directed 3 movies in the last 11 years. Seriously, his first movie was actually if you don't know this, he gave Elvis Olsen a break, her first actual movie from 2011. Okay. Yeah, and then he did another movie in 2020. Then he did Iron Claw with Zac Efron, the guy from The Bear.
Right.
The Bear.
Yeah, I forget his name.
Jeremy Allen Wright.
Did you see that movie? Yeah, I think
no.
So. Oh, you didn't see that? Oh,
no, I gotta see it. Did you?
No, I haven't seen it because I remember we were talking about it when it was coming out, right?
Yeah. And a lot of non-wrestling fans saw that movie because it's more than just a wrestling movie,
Right.
right? Um,
Yeah,
um,
I'm not like super well versed into wrestling, but the movie did look pretty interesting. So
a lot of people love the
maybe one day I'll
wrestler.
check it out. Yeah.
Loved it. And wrestler was nominated for what was it? Wrestler nominated for Golden Globes or something?
The
Some kind of
wrestler? Or are you
yeah.
talking about this movie?
The wrestler, the one
Who's
came
in
out
that
with
movie?
that
That
was
was a
Mickey
long time
Rourke.
ago.
That was Mickey
Mickey Rourke,
Rourke's,
yeah, yeah.
but that was his comeback, right? Like
Kind of, yeah.
yeah. Um, I watched a little bit of Smallville. I saw
Yeah, I'm
that.
not. Oh, by the way, what's up, everybody in the chat?
Yeah, what's up?
Sideways, fanfic, Red. I see Red and Kevin.
And
What's up, guys?
what did I talk about after? Uh, shit. Talk about
What?
Waller.
Waller?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So apparently Waller is going to be bigger than expected, and it's going to tie into Brave and the Bold, Batman Brave and the Bold, and it's going to be more grounded and darker. And
Oh,
yeah,
where was this? Let me go on the DC League subreddit. I haven't been
I
there in a
got it
while.
right here.
Okay. What account? Oh, everything DC.
Yeah.
Let me just.
And then RPK is the one that says it's going to be darker and more grounded.
But I wonder how this is going to tie into Brave and the Bold.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I mean, maybe I don't know. I mean, maybe she has connections in Gotham. I don't know.
Possibly.
Like, yeah, like I wouldn't pass it by her, right? Right? She
Right.
has connections, assets in Gotham.
I thought this show would have potentially set up the Authority.
Maybe, or it could, or maybe
Because I'm guessing this is going to be a 2027 show.
apparently it's. Wait, let me bring that up. It's going to be an HBO original. Will be as a next HBO original.
Right. But but is it going to be a limited series or is it going to be
I think it's even limited.
okay?
I think so. I think so. Like, I'm trying to put it together. Like, how is this tying to Brave and the Bold? Which has connections to Gotham. I mean, I'm a bit past.
Yeah, I'm kind of like curious to see how this ties in. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm still holding out hope
And,
that Brave and the Bold somehow gets a new director because I'm not the biggest fan of any Andy Muschietti. I mean, maybe the Welcome to Derry show will be good, but I mean, the only thing that I liked from him was It Chapter 1, and
yeah.
everything else, I just yeah, it hasn't been good, and he hasn't directed a lot of stuff too.
What was I going to say about this? Okay, Waller, right? Now,
Yeah.
the end of Peacemaker season 1. Now, John Cena's pretty much confirmed Peacemaker's coming out next year. I think we all knew that, but he pretty much confirmed it. John Cena
Yes.
himself. But we kind of knew that. I mean, they would have, right?
Probably in the fall is my guess.
So yeah. So season 1 Peacemaker, we saw that they exposed Amanda Waller. Now, that you all know, if you saw Peacemaker season 1, that's not canon anymore. Okay?
Well, it's
Everything
we don't know just yet because
yeah,
the thing
that's
is it seems like
some of it's
the
canon.
events, yeah, some of it is canon because wasn't there a rumor that there's like a graffiti on set and you see
Yes.
Peacemaker, he has a new outfit. You also see his dad, and then you also see another character, which people are speculating that it's his brother.
It's his brother. Oh yeah. They have apparently the cast is his brother.
Yeah.
If you I don't know his name, but you recognize the actor before. You've seen him like in plenty of stuff.
Okay. Who is it?
David Denham. Is that his name? David Denham.
What,
He
what
might
has
be
he
the
been in?
brother. David Denham. That might be the brother. David Denman. Yeah, Denman. Yeah,
Right.
you've seen him for sure. He's yeah.
What has he
he's
been in though?
Let's see the most recent stuff. I mean, you've probably seen him in Um, The Equalizer, Joyride,
Okay.
Brightburn, Logan Lucky, Power Rangers.
Brightburn. That's
Y-
the evil Superman kid movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Because that was produced by James Gunn.
I think he's a Peacemaker. Let me see. Let me make sure. Yeah, Peacemaker. So it says on Wikipedia. Well, Wikipedia. It says Peacemaker TBA. So no,
Right.
it hasn't. They don't have a character. Like doesn't have a name of the character he's playing. TBA. So I think it's his brother.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, I think so. I mean, if that is the case, then this could be a soft reboot or some type of weird.
And
Because the thing is, I mean, was it
I
confirmed that James Gunn said that this show will still
yes.
acknowledge what happens in the first season?
Yeah, so it might be like a different universe, but some of the stuff in a different in that universe might happen in this specific universe too. You know, like
Right.
yeah,
Or
yeah,
maybe it's some weird. I mean, I'm curious to see what they do with it because I don't think they're going. I don't think the rest, or I should say, the other projects within the DCU are going to acknowledge that it's a different universe.
I don't think so either. Yeah, this
Because I feel like maybe they're going to position Peacemaker like kind of like Deadpool.
yeah.
But I mean, I'm also curious to see where Peacemaker will show up
Also,
outside of his own show.
keep
Like,
the
where would he
father
be?
dead. Make sure he's not alive. Make sure he doesn't stay alive. I like the idea where he has his father. Like he has that. Because of the father, he still sees him in his visions, right? Like
Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's
But
it.
I'm.
That's character. That's him in the comics, right? In the
But I
comics,
also wonder too if Rick Flag Senior is in the show.
he is. Yeah,
Is
that's confirmed.
like could it be possible that in this new universe Rick Flag is still alive? Because I mean, why would they kill off Rick Flag for the new universe when he could
Yeah,
be used? You could
yeah,
just recast him and do something else.
yeah, yeah.
So I do wonder.
He's still in the yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's big father and son.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a possible reasoning. Now I'm looking forward to Peacemaker. I really love that show. Yeah, Vic Flag's
Yeah.
also on Superman. We know that's true. That's
Yes.
the
I
lead.
mean, we saw that on the leaks.
Yeah,
Yeah, the set photos.
yeah. I mean, it was such a great show, Peacemaker in 2022.
Yeah.
Great, fun show.
Yeah. I mean, the show, I mean, the thing is, the show could definitely take on a fourth wall breaking style. I don't think that would be totally out of character because it's like Peacemaker is like he he is kind of similar to Deadpool, but it's not the same type of
No,
personality.
but he's not always. The thing with Deadpool is like 95% uh,
Jokes.
jokes. Peacemaker, yeah, he jokes a lot, but it's not all the. It's not a lot, and most of it's not
No.
over the top. It's not like too much, you know. And
Right.
You saw that in his show.
But you do see Peacemaker, like for example, the ending of the season when the
Yeah,
Justice League does show up, he's like, now you guys fucking show up and it's kind
yeah,
of
go
like a
fuck a
fourth
fish or
wall.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like a fourth wall break moment, but
yeah.
without explicitly turning to the camera and saying that.
Um. Well,
The thing is, we haven't heard anything
it
about this.
could be no. I think it takes after because there's a rumor out there. No, it's a rumor that the Suicide Squad movie, the one we got from 2021, is in
Right.
this universe. This universe is creating, and it's rumor Bloodsport is the David Corsa Super is the one Bloodsport shoots.
Hmm.
Right, that's the
So they're
rumor.
going to, but this is why I say so the Suicide Squad will be canon. But
Yeah,
then I think that I mean the thing is I feel like it opens like a can of worms. Like why not just say like maybe in passing that some of these like things exist and you could keep the same actors but it could have gone down completely differently. Or you don't even really need to like differentiate what was different and what was because yeah, that whole graffiti threw us for a loop, right?
Yeah.
Like what does that actually mean, and what does that like? Is like how would this even work, right? It's not like could it be a dream sequence? I'm guessing no, that's too on the nose. So it's something else, right? So I don't know. The Peacemaker's the one I'm the most curious about because I feel like the other properties or the other projects are not going to acknowledge that there is a universe change.
Probably not. No.
And I also wonder too how much Peacemaker will acknowledge it. Because again, like Peacemaker is similar to Deadpool, but again, he doesn't he's more like Deadpool in the sense where he has this knowledge about all these characters and he makes fun of them and he fucking lies about them and he shits all over them to make himself look better. But there's also this sense of like he's kind of like the audience too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird, but like out of because I know they're trying to in the comics, right? They've been trying to make Harley Quinn like a Deadpool, but I think Peacemaker works better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, Peacemakers. I think the issue with Deadpool is when he tries to be serious, it's sometimes hard to take him serious.
Right.
Peacemaker, on the other hand, when he's serious, you could believe him,
Yes.
right? Because like when Deadpool tries to be serious, people use sense of humor as a coping mechanism. Deadpool clearly uses that, but when he's trying to be serious, trying to be open and not joke, it's hard to because you just know a minute later he's gonna say something funny.
Right.
Peacemaker's that.
Peacemaker is more emotionally fragile.
Yes. Yes.
Like he
If
will, yeah. One moment he can be joking, but if you do push him too much, he
he
could snap. He's
yeah.
not. He's not like Deadpool can snap, but that's at. I think there's few times in the comics that has happened with Deadpool, but Deadpool is usually he put like he's always depressed, but he puts on that mask of being jokey,
Yeah.
and so you can't really get through to him because it's always he's always jokey.
Yeah.
That's how he copes with things. So, but with Peacemaker, it's not the same. Like his jokes are more, yeah, like they're kind of aggressive. Like they are bashing people. Is very cynical. Like that makes. I mean, I enjoy the character, right?
I,
So,
I think and also the difference is the way the Peacemaker, I would say, backstory wise,
mhm,
shaped him better than how Deadpool's backstory shaped Deadpool. Like
right.
you grew up in a basically an abusive home. Let's be honest. He grew up in an abusive home with a Nazi father, right? White
Mhm.
supremacist father. What do you think? Is he going to grow up to have a happy childhood, a happy life, right?
No, yeah, and his father was abusive. Deadpool is
He-
more.
he-
Deadpool's life was okay up until a certain point where
yeah,
he has cancer and yeah, he
yeah,
doesn't know how to cope with that. It's
yeah,
two different things. But yeah, it makes sense. I think that's like a very it's not a comparison I always see people make between Deadpool and Peacemaker because they are different, but at the same time, like you could see some similarities in terms of their humor and the references, and it's very, you know, you could see that similarity. So I do wonder too going forward, like now that okay, we have Superman, Peacemaker, then we're gonna have Supergirl, Lanterns. Is that gonna be the pattern going forward where we
Oh,
get one movie and one TV show?
speaking of Supergirl, there is some interesting rumors and news. So
Mhm.
Supergirl, supposed to schedule start filming next year. I mean, it says
Yeah,
this year, but
January.
yeah, January. So okay. And by contrast, all we know is that Millie Alcock has been cast and they have a director, right?
Right.
As
We haven't
Supergirl,
heard
right?
any other casting.
There's a rumor out there that they might have introduced a new casting character, and I'm going to find it. A new actor. It isn't a very familiar actor that you've seen in a pretty bad movie we kind of talked
Oh,
about.
wasn't that rumor debunked?
Was I don't know if it's debunked anymore. But let's see.
Is
Is
okay.
it
We'll say the actor because there was one rumor.
Toby
But
Cabell?
yeah, that's the one I heard was debunked.
Oh my god, can you imagine? He should take the role. I seriously think if he is really offered, take it.
Yeah, this one. I don't know who. What like I just saw it on threads like passingly, where people were saying that this wasn't true,
Hmm.
but I don't know the context because again, I don't think James Gunn has comments on
Let me
any rumors
let me
recently.
click the website. Fiction. Never heard of this website. Let me see. Let me see other rumors it has. What the fuck? Yeah, I don't take this. No, no, I don't take this seriously. But oh yeah, that's a rumor. I mean, they have to start casting for Supergirl very soon, right? They are filming very soon,
Right.
right? Like, and now with James Gunn, correct me if I'm wrong, um, blinded. He said 2 movies and 2 shows a year, right? Is that what he said?
For James Gunn?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. He said like it won't. I mean, that's what he might have said originally, but I mean, that's not how it's shaping up. It
No.
seems like we're getting one movie a year
Next year's one
and
movie.
one TV. Well, I mean, well, yeah, it does seem like we are getting one movie a year, one TV show a year.
I don't think that'll work.
I think it's better to ease us in because, again, I don't think Warner Brothers right now. wa- People have to remember that Warner Brothers could pull the plug on this at any moment if this is not good or if it fails, financially speaking.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that there's a high chance of that. It's just that we don't really know because the brand of DC has been so tainted
I can tell you one
where,
tell
yeah,
you one thing. Based on my poll now, it's my poll I put out today. More people the vote. Let me check it. Let me check. I put out a poll Fantastic Four versus Superman. Okay.
mhm.
Okay.
Which, by the way, I didn't participate in that poll
Okay.
because I couldn't pick.
You couldn't pick. Why not?
Because I couldn't pick one or the other. I want to see
You vote.
both. I
Oh.
can't swing one way
Well,
or the other.
well, 51 votes so far. Fantastic Four has 63%. Superman is 37.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm not shocked that Fantastic Four has some more votes.
Yeah. I mean, it's Marvel,
Yeah.
Fantastic Four. The thing is, it is. I thought it would be closer, but I mean, yeah, you still don't have a ton of votes. If we had like 100 people,
Yeah.
I would wonder, yeah, how it would pan out. But again, we haven't seen anything from. I mean, we've seen, technically speaking, we've seen more from Fantastic Four
We see
for weeks.
clips. Yeah,
Yeah,
clips and like stuff like that.
so we kind of know the tone of how it's going to be, like the
And we
setting and all
got
that
panel
stuff.
and we got basically a San Diego Comic Con panel presentation. Like,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, with
There's
Superman, we just have the set photos. We have what James Gunn has talked about. We haven't really seen
and
the
yes.
tone of it
They're
at
farther
all.
they were farther into production, Superman.
Yeah, but I think he's keeping it close.
Yeah,
He's not.
he wants to make it
Yeah,
major. He wants to make it a major surprise.
yeah. I think that's what he's gonna go for because, yeah, I think that's why people. Again, we haven't seen much from this, so it could be good or bad.
Also, guys, um, speaking of James Gunn, as we transition to other stuff DC related rumors, James Gunn, you saw us blinded.
Hmm.
Basically, I'm gonna read it out. Tease a defector. I can't call him a defector.
A
Uh,
defector or
yeah,
a
I'm gonna call him a defector.
detractor.
No, no, no. If you go to Marvel DC, I'm gonna call you defectors for the fun of it. I'm kidding. There's really no defecting.
Oh,
Among
okay.
actors and actresses, but for the fun of Marvel and DC, fun
I like
conversation.
the name.
Yeah,
Def- yeah. So
the
so you're
defectors.
saying like people who were at Marvel who are now at DC?
they're going to DC or vice
Yeah.
versa. You know, they go to MCU and they go to DCU.
Right.
Like even though in Hollywood, there's nobody such thing as defecting, really, from one
Well, I
studio to the
do
other.
wonder about Marvel though. They must have some
Yeah,
stranglehold over these actors.
yeah, but so and this is Threads, right? Because I think he does mostly on Threads now. He doesn't really do
Yeah.
much on. Okay. Somebody asked him a question: if you had the chance to cast any of the Guardians of the Galaxy stars in DC universe, who would you cast them as? And he basically says, "Well, that would be a spoiler, wouldn't it?" Yeah, that pretty much
Yeah.
confirms he's somebody from the
That
Guardians of the Galaxy.
somebody's in. Yeah.
Well, to be
But
honest with
who?
you, but this is very. I mean, look. He already has two people from the Guardians of the Galaxy cast in this DCU anyway. Nathan Fillion and his wife, but
Yeah.
that's not the point.
But that's well,
Mm.
Guardians of the Galaxy team. I guess that's what the question was
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, that's what he meant. That's what the person meant, and that's what I think James Gunn replied to. And
Yeah.
with
He
that,
says it's a spoiler, but the thing is, as far as we know, there was only one person from the Guardians of the Galaxy who was on set, and that was Chris
oh
Pratt. So
yeah,
I'm gonna say
and
Chris
he's
Pratt is in the movie.
saying he's visiting, right?
Yeah.
Visiting.
I think Chris Pratt is in the movie in a
Do you think it's
cameo or
Chris Pratt?
something. Yes.
I think Chris Pratt's top of my list, but I don't think it's Batista. I don't think it's Zoe Saldana.
No.
I'm gonna go with the Mantis actress or Carrie Gillian.
Yeah. I mean, I think those are likely to. Like,
Yeah,
it's just that Chris Pratt was on the set, and that was weird,
yeah,
a little bit
yeah.
weird.
And
And
you haven't
and
seen.
on top of that too, the question was someone that he would work with, like he likes to work with, or some. The way that I was like framing Chris Pratt is because Chris Pratt and James Gunn have like a very different type of relationship compared to the other
Mhm.
actors. Like they seem more friendly. They seem like they want to do more stuff together. So
Yeah,
that's why I feel like Chris Pratt is going to be in the movie, because then James Gunn can bring in Chris Pratt, tease a character
just not as
that he
not
could
as Booster
play,
Gold.
not as Booster Gold, because now at this point I think uh sorry, what's his name?
I
Mal
Kunan.
Nerjani.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's pretty much
I think that's happening.
confirmed. By the way, there's a slight echo. Not
Oh,
sure
really?
where.
Really?
Yeah. I hear myself a little bit.
Oh
Okay,
shit,
it's
that's
sort of going away, but
okay.
yeah, I think Nagiani is Booster Gold. I mean, he's hanging around the actors. He was hanging
Well,
around. I'm
that's
looking at
funny,
the
right?
photos right now. It's on the subreddit of him pretty much
Yes,
associating with Peter
yes, I saw.
Safran. So
Yes, yeah, yes. Oh, Fantastic 1, 2, and 3 are all better than 4. That's what each movie should be. Instead of Fantastic Four, the first Fantastic One should just be about Weed Wizards. Then you introduce Sue in the second movie. And Two should be Sue and Reed. And then the third Fantastic Four, you introduce Johnny Storm, the brother of Sue. And then the Fantastic Four, you introduce um introduce Ben Grimm.
mm,
And then you get the Fantastic Four movie.
Fantastic 1, 2, and 3 are all better than 4. It's wild.
Ah, that's funny. Well, that's from. So I got some more DC stuff I just found like half an hour ago.
Okay.
Apparently, the Booster Gold creative team apparently is we thought Danny McBride and
Mhm.
um well it's Danny McBride. Let me go find it. Danny McBride, John Clardy, and Jeff um are no longer attached for the Booster Gold series. Are not doing the Booster Gold series, and that comes from Nexus Point News.
Right.
So I think it looks like Booster Gold may have been looking for a new writing team. Apparently, now that was never.
Oh, there.
That was,
So Danny McBride is not involved.
yeah, it looks like they're no longer attached for it.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah,
I mean, I was skeptical a little bit just because he was coming
It
off
was
Halloween Ends, but
it was
I mean,
never
he's a
confirmed
comedic
too.
writer. Yeah, it wasn't confirmed, but yeah.
It wasn't confirmed too. So,
I mean,
but yeah,
yeah,
but
that
it's
does. Yeah,
but yeah,
because
Kumali.
because again, like there's been like all these rumors about Booster Gold starting production, and I mean, if Kumail Nanjiani is, I think maybe the reason why he hasn't been officially casted is because they don't have a team together. Maybe they just tried him out to see.
Yeah,
Is it possible? And I also do wonder too if Superman has that team of characters, Mister Terrific, Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, Hawkgirl, uh, what's the other guy's name? I forget his name.
Metamorpho.
Metamorpho. Yeah, he. I mean, those are Justice League International characters. Booster Gold is a Justice League International member.
Mm-hmm.
So is he secretly in the movie? I don't know. I mean, the thing is, I mean, they're not going to reveal every single person who's in the movie. I think they probably only did that just because we were going to see them outside, or
Mm-hmm.
so maybe that's why. But we know that they're keeping secrets and stuff. But there was also like weird stuff going on too. Like, wasn't there like concept art that leaked?
Yeah.
I don't even know if it was real. And then people were saying Kurt Russell was going to play Jor-El,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and then that was
I
debunked.
heard that rumor. Yes.
Which yeah, I'm not surprised. They just throw actors in concept art and see how it looks before they actually get them. But
Yeah.
maybe there's another act. Maybe Jor-El does appear. I mean, we are getting the Fortress of
Solitude.
Solitude,
Yeah.
so I mean, yeah, I would be. I mean, I also want. I don't think. First off, one, I'm like thinking, okay, what other actor could play Jor-El? I'm not sure. I'm guessing if they put that concept art together, they're looking for someone who's like Kurt Russell, a Kurt Russell type. Which I mean, it
Just cast
is.
Kurt Russell.
Yeah, I think he would work as a Jor-El. I mean, he has that kind of vibe to him. It kind
Yeah.
of makes sense.
Yeah. Just cast Kurt Russell.
Well, he's
Yeah.
not in it. He says he's not in it.
Of course not. He's not gonna confirm that.
Yeah, well,
Just
but I
cast
mean,
him.
to be fair, I don't think he is in the movie.
No, I don't agree.
Because I
I
mean, I
agree.
think he was doing other stuff. I think he's also busy with that Godzilla show.
Yes, Monarch.
So
Us, and also yes, Kumali Najani is still very much on board to play the role of Booster Gold.
yeah,
His name is John Carter, right? Like from the show. I'm like, yeah.
yeah.
I,
What is Booster Girl's name again? I'm blanking
it's
on
John
that.
Carter, right? Isn't it John Carter? Like the same name as from the guy from the John Carter, Mars, Dictator Kitchen, horrible.
Yeah, Michael John
Michael John
John
Carter.
Carter. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Sammy Kumali did have blonde hair in a film before, didn't he?
I don't think so. I
Pretty
could
sure.
be wrong, but I don't know.
Have you seen it? Some of the DC animated movies of the late.
I've seen the ones from maybe like 3 to 2 years ago. They weren't good. I know
Injustice League was horrible. I know the
Injustice was terrible.
yeah.
That was the one where, yeah, I watched that and I really wasn't like I asked people for recommendations, like which one was better.
Oh,
I
this
know
is a
people
good.
wanted Glenn
That's a
Powell.
good point because Grant Powell did mention DC and Marvel.
I thought he mentioned Marvel because
Grant Powell.
people want him to play Cyclops. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. The thing is, with the new X-Men movies, I'm not sure what age range are they going for with the X-Men. Because if I mean, he's not that
Well,
old, but he's in his mid 30s,
I
right?
think I got a quote from him. I never got a call from DC or Marvel, but I'm a fan of everything they do. I think James Gunn, Pierre Safran, and what they are doing at DC, I think it's going to be really, really good for that business. Oh yeah, I think he's gonna get a DC job.
I
He's
think
gonna,
I think he might get Marvel.
they're gonna both go for him. He's really hot right now, right? Like
My
he's
guess
really
is Marvel because
like
I think they want
it's,
types. I think he might. The thing is, the reason why people say Booster Gold is well because of the look, but also
I don't
because
think
he has
I think it's
comedic
too good.
timing.
I think it's too good for Booster Gold, honestly.
Yeah, yeah, Booster Gold. That doesn't. Even,
Thing
that never made sense.
The
That
thing
just
of
never made
Marvel,
sense.
like I can see your point because Marvel usually tries to go for the hot actor, right? Like who's
Yeah,
the hottest actor or actress right now? Like in this moment, at this time, they usually. So that's why I think DC should get him too, because I think DC should be in that same, um, line of thinking.
if Marvel does a slightly older X-Men team and it's like the team from the animated series, then
Eh,
yeah, I think that fan casting would be okay
The
if he
thing
was
is, which
Cyclops.
Doomsday? Because there was two Doomsday live action movies. There was like two of them.
Yeah. There you mean the death of Superman and then there was
Yeah, there's the other one, right? There was like a more new 52 one, but there was the original from the Death of Superman from the comics. Then there's like a new 52 version of Death of Superman. Remember that had
right.
then they did a sequel
Yeah,
with
okay. So they
there's
have
this
the
with
reign of
Hank.
Superman and then
Yeah,
they
yeah, that was a
had
sequel. Yeah, the Reign of Superman was a sequel to
yeah,
like the
Death of
new. Yeah,
Superman and then there was also Superman Doomsday,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
which I
Death
mean
of
that looks like
Superman
the
was in
Bruce
the
Timm
Death of
animation.
Superman was in the 2000s decades, and that's the one with
Yeah,
Doomsday, and then they had like Toy
2018.
Man, the clone Superman, and then they had Superman Doomsday, and then they had like a sequel to that, right? Because they had Hank Henshaw, Dark Side. I must have got Eradicator. Is that the guy, Eradicator?
Well, Superman Doomsday is 2007. It's like Bruce Timm animation.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, at least
yeah.
this
You're
is what
right.
I'm seeing here. But
Yeah,
they
that
had
one
the
did not
death
have a
of
sequel.
Superman in 18, and then they had the reign of Superman.
Yes, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly, yeah. Reign of Superman is the sequel to the Superman Doomsday,
Or
right?
the death of Superman.
Okay, okay, yeah, okay. Oh, Death of Superman, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's the one with Hank Henshaw and it's Eradicator, right? The other one, Superman was Eradicator.
Um, let me check.
Hank Henshaw was what did this Hank Henshaw? What do they call his Superman? Cyborg Superman.
Yeah,
Cyborg. Yeah,
Cyborg Superman.
yeah. It
Yes.
was bad. The Justice. It was nothing like the. It was. I mean,
Yeah, these are like the new ones. I haven't really like the old ones to me were like the early 2010s, like late
he's-
2000s. But these
yeah,
ones, like, I skipped over because, like, I didn't hear they were all that great. And the animation, like, because they always change the animation. It always, like, they do a reboot and then they add a new animation and then they reboot again and change the
yeah.
animation. Because remember, they had the one where it was, like, the new 52. That was where I kind of, like, stopped watching, where they did the Flashpoint and then they rebooted and then did Justice League War. And then
Mm-hmm.
that's got like multiple sequels. I mean, the art style for Justice League War was different to Flashpoint, if I remember. And then they did it again because the art style now is like they had like the characters have like this black thick outline around them, and it's like completely different from. It looks more like the Injustice style
Yeah.
animated series or movie, but that movie was so bad. It was like there's no point if you weren't gonna adapt the comic, what was the point? Because the comic is different. It's basically more you're getting more story than the game. Because the game is just like sort of like they have to tell a tight story. It's a video game. But with the comic, it went on and then
Yeah.
eventually they did, Injustice 2, and then that was like more information. And then they kind of just stopped because we never got Injustice games after, which is stupid. I don't know. Like, why did we get MK11 and MK1 back to back? And I understand, like, okay, they wanted the anniversary, but it's like, why not just make an Injustice game? Why not have two
Yeah.
teams then? Like,
I'm curious why. I'm like, did Injustice 2 not do well?
I don't think so. I think it did okay.
Yeah.
I think their next game is going to be Injustice 2, but it's not going to come out
I mean
until
three.
at least
Three, you mean?
2026.
That's so long though. It's 9 years
If
from
that's
2
a
to 3.
yeah, I know.
I mean, it was 4 years from 13 to 17. 9 years.
Yeah, 9
Oh
years
my
for
god! Will anybody care?
I think people will care. They just have to change the gameplay. Like they need to get rid of the whole customization of the fighter.
Yeah.
That was not a good idea at all. It doesn't work for a fighting game. And then I would also say they should I mean, this is the thing, right? Because I know people are not too keen on multiverse stories, but I think they should do a multiverse story where they add in characters that you wouldn't
Well,
normally see. Like
the
I was
first game was the first game was a little bit multiverse in a way.
yeah, well, it is. It is. The whole series is technically multiverse, but I mean
Yeah.
multiverse in the sense of like Batman who
Yeah.
laughs, bring in the Watchmen,
Oh.
like stuff like that. Like the more out there stuff they could
Yeah.
bring in
Oh.
because it's like, yeah, we haven't actually. I mean, I feel like NetherRealm would use Watchmen characters, but I'm not sure if DC. I mean, DC seems to be okay with them doing whatever with Watchmen. It's just, it's not. I mean, Alan Moore can say whatever. I mean, he already took his name off of the stuff. He says it's owned by DC, so DC could really do whatever they want. But
Hmm.
yeah, I hate the gear system in Injustice 2. Like it just stopped. Like I
I,
played a
I,
lot of the first game, but
me
not so
too.
much of the second one. The
Me
second
too.
one was, yeah, it had too many problems in my
Me
opinion.
too. Me too. I played the hell of the first one. The second one I played, but yeah, but the gear and yeah. Um,
Yeah, because it felt like first off, it felt too grindy, and then when you would go
yeah.
online, it's like people are already like you're at a massive
I
disadvantage. So it's like, I didn't
yeah.
bother.
So Titans rumors. The Teen
Yeah,
Titans
Teen
rumor.
Titans.
All right. So apparently, it's been quiet. Of course, it's been quiet. But the Teen Titans are farther apart than ever before until Damian Wayne recruits Starfire, Raven, and Beast Boy and the new Kid Flash to join him in a fight
Oh
against his
no,
own. See, here's the thing. I don't believe that right now. I mean, it could happen. But I don't believe it right now.
Damian Wayne.
No, no, no. It has to be. I'm sorry. But that team, Starfire, Raven, Beast Boy, if Damon Wayne's in the Teen Titans, Starfire, Raven, Beast Boy, shouldn't they be like adults by then? Because they're not tired. They're not
Yeah,
kids.
I mean, this is the thing, right? In this new universe, they could do
They
whatever, right?
technically
But
can, but like
like the thing is, like with Damian Wayne,
no,
I'm not a big fan of Damian Wayne being on the Teen Titans. Like every time that happens, I'm just like, because it's like his personality's not super fun, in my opinion.
no,
He
he's a
works
brat.
better. Yeah, he works better with Batman because he can bounce off, that sort of like aggressiveness. But I can't really see him leading a team, especially when he's so young into his career. It's not like Dick Grayson or Tim Drake, where I feel like they are equipped to be leaders. But Damian Wayne I feel like it's going to take him a while to
Yeah,
really get that
I,
trait.
I, I think I'd rather have if you have Starfire, Raven, Beast Boy, you need Nightwing. I'm sorry, it has to be Nightwing.
I think it needs to be Nightwing. Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be Nightwing.
Because ideally it should be Dick, not Tim. But
Hmm.
I just because the thing is, if the Teen Titans, if
If
they're teen, they're not. The thing is, are they going to be called Teen Titans in the
yeah,
movie?
if it's
Because
Damian Wayne's team, it should be more of the Wonder Girl, Connor Kent, that kind of team. You know,
yeah, yeah,
like Cassie, not Donna Troy, but Cassie, um, that kind of thing. And that's actually Tim
that
Drake
team,
is
yeah, that
that's more
makes
Tim
more
Drake.
sense.
Yeah, right. And that's actually more of a Tim Drake team because Tim
I
Drake's
think
about
they
the
just the Teen Titans like they need to really just do the Teen Titans from the animated series.
yeah,
I think that's the
yeah,
best template for a movie. I
yes,
know
I
we had the
agree.
Titan series. I didn't get into the Titan series. It was not my cup of tea.
Nope,
I
me
didn't
neither.
like how it changed up a bunch of stuff. I just think the the show is the best blueprint. And I'm talking about the 2003 show. right? Like those are that's the team. That's what people will show up. It has a ton of nostalgia. It makes sense to just do
And
okay.
so,
We have Dick Grayson as Nightwing. That's like the only difference. They're slightly older. I mean, they can be. And this is what I mean. Like, is the movie going to be called Teen Titans? Because
yeah.
it's like I don't like. Should they be teens or like late teens? I don't know about that. I think they should be like maybe like early mid-20s. I think that makes a little bit more sense. You can age them up. I feel like that will appeal to a lot more people than if they're teenagers.
Yeah.
And I know, yes, it's called Teen Titans, but the thing is, I think DC should see the writing on the wall. The Young Avengers, that shit's not going to
You
work.
know, Young Justice. They really don't call them Teen Titans. They call them Young Justice. Even the characters that were, even as the seasons went on, the original Young Justice team got older
Mhm.
into their adult years, the young adult years. They were still called Young Justice. They were
Right.
still part of Young Justice. They never really called them Teen Titans, right?
Well, they could call them Teen Titans if
They can
if
call them
let's.
Titans.
Well, the thing is, if this universe has established characters. Batman has
That's
already
true.
been established. So maybe they can just have been the Teen Titans and they just have grown up. And this is just a story we're seeing later into their
I
career. I think that would be fine.
I understand why I understand why Damian Wayne might be in the Teen Titans, or they might try to make him a Teen Titans movie. Is because in the comics, in some live action stuff, Batman does want him to join the Teen Titans to make friends with people around his age, to learn about making friends.
Right.
Right? That's the idea, to have like, because Damian Wayne is a lot like his father. Okay, he's a lot like he has a lot of his father's personality. Right?
Mhm.
He likes to be alone. He likes to he's too serious. Right? Damian Wayne
Right.
likes serious. He's not. He doesn't like to joke around. He's all business like. He's all work like, and very research like. Right? Because he like his father. He's very like his father a lot. But his father doesn't really want Damian Wayne to be like him that much. He actually wants Damian
Mhm.
Wayne to actually be more like a child, a kid, have friends, have a childhood that he never really had. You know.
Right.
That's why he had him join the Teen Titans like that, right? He doesn't want Damian Wayne to be like him, really. Because
Yeah. I,
if you really think about it, Bruce doesn't really like himself.
well, I don't think it's he doesn't like himself. I think he doesn't want his
Yeah,
kids to end up
like him.
going down a bad path that he could have
Yeah,
gone down.
yeah. He does. Yeah, exactly.
So
Exactly.
I'm just still not. I'm not like the big because the thing is with Damian Wayne, I feel like he just needs to be in the Batman
It's
movies.
not
If
gonna happen, man. It's not gonna happen. But that'd be cool.
it needs to be in the Batman movies. Like if we because this is another thing too, and this is why I'm not the biggest fan of Damian Wayne. Obviously, as you could tell, I probably just said that before, but his character, I feel like there's not really a lot of growth and they're trying to put him in things that in my opinion doesn't really fit the character. Like him on the Teen Titans, it just feels forced. It doesn't feel organic. It's like,
Hmm.
okay, we need him to branch off, but he's a character who doesn't really branch off.
Hmm.
And I mean, I do wonder at what point where they'll age him up where maybe he does become a Batman or his own. Like we have Red Hood, right? Jason Todd is doing his own stuff. He's been on his own different teams.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a better template for Damian Wayne than just like making him like Dick Grayson. It's like let all the Robins have their own different
It's
paths.
Wally. Well,
Yeah, I
rumors
feel like
Wally's even tied in stuff. The rumors Wally rests.
I feel like it should be Wally because Barry Allen. I mean, after what they did with Barry Allen and the
I
DCEU
mean,
and the whole Flash movie,
it's a type to me. It's a type of villains. If they do Flash, it's a type of villains. If they use I almost reverse Flash Thrawn, It most likely would be Barry Allen, but it depends.
I don't think we're gonna get a Flash movie for a
But
very long time.
Yeah, that's the mistake about that was a mistake about Flashpoint. They did not use Thrawn. They should have used Thrawn.
If we get a Flash movie, it's gonna be like Green Lanterns. Like this shit is gonna come.
Oh,
Like I think we'll see the Flash, but I don't think he's gonna get his own project.
have you noticed Ezra Miller hasn't been casted in anything since? Has he?
No.
Let's see.
I mean, the movie bombed. He has a bunch of allegations against him. No one's gonna cast him. Like it's over.
Man, they're willing to. They're willing. Well,
In my opinion, I think in hindsight,
yeah,
Flash is the movie that should have got scrapped to save
Man,
everybody.
the
If they
thing
knew
is-
that it was gonna flop that hard, they should have just
thing is-
got their money back.
the movie should have come out some time ago.
The movie was the thing is the movie,
supposed
regardless
to
of when the
come out.
movie was gonna come out, which was like 2022, it was still gonna flop because no one had any interest in the movie.
It wasn't supposed to come out even in 2022, man. Remember, it's supposed to come out like when? 16, 17, 18.
Well,
19?
16. Well, then it would be a totally different movie.
Yeah.
But in
That's-
the movie that they shot, if it came out any earlier, it still would have flopped. I'm not saying the Flash would like if they did another previous script with Ezra Miller. I'm not saying that would flop, but I'm saying this version it was going to flop regardless. Because it's like the whole multiverse stuff. It's weird, but like the DCEU didn't really set that up. It's just sort of like it comes and goes, and then again, Michael Keaton, yeah, that was like in high and
That's the best
made
part of the
sense. Yeah, best part of the film, but I don't think that was like the way.
He's totally
to
should
market
have
the
Batgirl,
movie.
huh? Like, totally should have Batgirl. Oh, I got.
Well, he doesn't really care. He doesn't.
He doesn't care. Yeah, he doesn't
He
care.
said that about the Flash. He said he didn't care it bombed. I mean, he's just
Yeah,
like.
he doesn't- yeah, I got
People were asked him, was he excited to come back as Batman, and he said not really. He said he doesn't care.
Yeah, I got paid, did I?
Yeah. That's why I feel like it should have been Christian Bale.
Oh,
Christian Bale is the one who should have come back.
Christian Bale. If it was Christian Bale, I guarantee that film would have made more money than it made at the box office.
Because the thing is, I feel it would have made a lot more money, and on top of that too, I think it would have made a little bit more sense because Ben Affleck's Batman. I mean, at one point, Christian Bale was going to be the DCEU Batman, and then they didn't do that. So it kind of is like playing on that idea. But Michael Keaton's Batman, like I like his Batman, but let's be honest, it doesn't really make sense for him to be inserted into a like alternate DCEU. It just doesn't make sense. It's like so there was no Superman. Right, there was not there like some of these characters didn't exist. There was no Justice League, but
It's just Batman. Oh, Batman is the next character. Did you know?
yeah, it's like that. Like again, that's what I mean. Like the whole setup. First off, it should have just been a straight adaptation.
No,
of
Batman. No. He's not Nexus character because it's not the same look like Bruce Wayne. It was not the Ben Affleck Bruce Wayne. It was Michael Keaton. So he's an anchor like Wolverine because not all the Wolverines were Hugh Jackman. So it's more like that, an anchor. I'll call him an anchor.
Man, I mean, I mean, the logic behind what they put in the DCEU, it just.
And we still
made
have a stuff.
sense.
Who killed in that movie? Who killed his mother?
Yeah,
Like, come on! I know animation said yeah, it was a reverse Flash. I'd be like, show
yeah,
it.
but why wasn't that in the movie? That's what.
Yeah.
What I don't understand about this movie too is, I don't. They had to have known that this movie wasn't going to get a sequel. That's the part that I don't understand because it's like, why did they? Okay, if you were gonna say I was gonna say Yellow Flash. Jesus Christ,
That is
Reverse Flash.
though.
I know, but
Not the YouTuber guys.
yeah, I was thinking about the YouTuber, but Reverse Flash as a character should have just been in this first movie because they already had a speedster character, Dark Flash, which was stupid. It was Barry, and he kept going back in time, and he was the one that messed up things. But it's like, but that could have easily been Reverse Flash. That would have made more sense if it was Reverse Flash, but they decided not to.
the thing is, Men of Water should be grounded and dark. She's
Yeah.
always been that. That's I'm not surprised.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Right,
Biggie.
me too.
Oh
I'm not
man.
surprised at all. Like, um,
Yeah,
well,
The Flash is a weird movie sideways. It's not, as I said, I was very disappointed with the movie. If you saw last year when we talked about it, it was not. I didn't enjoy it. I was let down. I thought it was very, stereotypical. They butchered the story,
you did.
and I don't think Ezra Miller did a great job as the character. And it's funny how like now it seems like that is now the sentiment, like the general consensus is the movie wasn't good. When going into the movie, people were saying it was the best superhero movie in a long time.
Wait,
All this crazy stuff.
Hunter
The
Iggy was
trailer looked good.
Streamlabs timed out Hunter Iggy.
Did they?
Yeah, I just saw.
What
I'm
the
sorry,
hell?
Hunter. I'm sorry, Hunter Iggy. It's before long messages. What? I'm sorry, Hunter. Hunter, don't take that personal. That's I gotta get rid of that as a moderator. Oh my god.
I didn't even
Sorry.
know that it blocks you from or like puts you on timeout for making
You
long
can't give
comments.
long messages. You can't give long messages. Apparently, that's wrong.
I wish StreamYards was like a functioning AI so we could just
I'm
berate
sorry.
the shit out of it.
I'm getting rid of Streamer as a mod right now.
Fuck you, Street Labs, you cocksucking motherfucker. You just lost your only gig, you fraud.
Okay, it's not a moderator anymore.
Yeah, good
It's gonna come up. It's gonna come up and say you gotta put me a mod. I'm like, nope.
Nope. You got screwed, buddy. Streamlabs, get out of here.
It's my whole Streamlabs. You show up in here, but whenever time somebody wants to tip me or give me money, you don't show up or do
Yeah,
stuff.
you don't show up. Lazy bum. Lazy bum. What is he? He's paying you. He's paying you, and you're fucking up. Get out of here, Streamlabs.
I
The
stopped
main
watching
character.
Flash after
I wasn't
season
into the. I was never. I mentioned this before. I was never like into the CW stuff. The only one I watched was Legends of Tomorrow. I don't understand why I watched it, but I did.
I was like, this show is so interesting. The
Yeah,
first
it was.
season doesn't smell good.
It was good. Yeah, maybe that's why I stuck with it. But then eventually, it just got. It was all over the place.
It got ridiculous. It did.
It was me, Barry. Oh man, could you imagine Streamlabs? What a twist!
So let's want to talk some more. I mean, this is not DCU news, but the Joker. Todd Phillips said, "Yeah, we're not going to make a Joker 3. I don't think we're going to make a Joker 3."
I don't believe it.
Yeah, thank you, because he said about Joker 1.
Yeah, he said that about Joker 1. I mean, if this movie makes the same amount of money, well, the thing is, if it makes the same amount of money, the budget was increased, right? So,
yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, if it makes the same amount of money, I don't think it matters.
For the future?
Like, I don't know. I feel like the thing is, because I mean, we did talk about what would they do for a Joker 2. And then they obviously went with the Harley Quinn angle and him in prison and stuff. But for a third movie, that would be kind of tricky because, I mean, Todd Phillips has said, this Joker, he's not the
mastermind.
He's not a mastermind, the clown prince of crime.
Yeah, he said, yeah.
Yeah, he's not that type of character. So
he said the same thing about Harley. Harley is not like, because Harley, as much as Harley sort of seems like a bimbo, a ditzy, she's actually very intelligent.
Right.
Right.
But even though that's like, it's like weirdly explained. I don't know. Some of this stuff with Harley, I don't really get anymore. But
she just seems like a regular person that's struggling. Lady Gaga, it was a factor of this Joker because she probably spoke to him in a different way. Where in the comics in the show where Joker he made Joker fall in love with her, right? How he made Joker how Joker made Harley fall in love with her by basically opening up to her about her Batman and all that,
Right,
tricking
right.
her, tricking her. You remember Arkham Origins game when he was being interviewed by Harley Quinn
Hmm.
about remember the
Well, the
memories thing?
Joker. Oh, you're talking about Arkham Origins.
Yeah, remember
I
when he
didn't.
was
I didn't play Arkham Origins.
okay. He was being interviewed by which is when he caught Joker, right? Joker is in Blackgate because Arkham or isn't open yet, right?
Right.
So he has to yeah, sure, obviously it's Harley Quinn, and Joker talks about fate and problems and issues and like how he was about to give up on life, but he found someone to keep him going. Like
Mm,
fate was cruel, but he found someone to keep him going. That basically means he's found Batman to keep him going. The Batman Joker thing, right? Joker's whole
mhm.
reason is really basically Batman, right? Obsession with Batman. But
Right.
Hardy really thought he was talking about him, and Joker picked up on that. Hardy's I didn't really have any friends, and Joker's like, well, you have one now. Like Joker picked up on that Harley Quinn is thinking about that Harley Quinn thought he was talking about her. But no, he was
Mm,
really talking about Batman. But Joker, he's
yeah.
right.
Well, I mean that's the thing. I mean, Todd Phillips
Yeah,
is not.
I,
He says he's not interested in a Batman, but the thing is, a Batman for Joker 3 would make sense.
the only problem is can it be Bruce Wayne? I mean, like a teenage Bruce Wayne with Batman,
Well, they could do maybe
a
unless
time
yeah.
jump.
We'll have to see how Joker 2 does, but they
Okay,
could do a massive time jump.
okay. How about this? Okay, how old do you think that Bruce was in the first Joker? Probably 11, 10, 8,
Yeah.
8 to 11, around there.
Yeah.
Maybe do a in this movie. I don't know how much of the time jump the years from 2019 film. I don't know how much that is. We have to see the film. But let's say it takes 10 to 15 years. Maybe let's say 10 years old. Say he got killed when he was 10 years old. His parents died when he was 10 years old. 15 years, he comes back as Batman, and his first person he goes after is the Joker and Harley Quinn.
Right. Potentially. I mean,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, because I mean, it's like, yeah, we did say, well, we didn't know what they would do for Joker 2.
Yeah.
And I don't know why he came out and said this. It's like it's a sequel to a movie you said wasn't going to
It
happen.
could. It could. It could. See, that's the thing. Yeah. It's me.
Yeah, no, I don't. It takes place after a year. Yeah, or
Oh,
something
yeah.
like that. Because I do see people saying, well, I mean, it makes sense that there's no Joker 3 because I think
Hey,
he
Anthony.
is being sentenced to death. He's on death row.
Well, he just murdered a guy on live TV, and he murdered those three people that work at Wayne Enterprise. He murdered his mother. Yeah, I mean, that's death penalty right there.
Yeah,
but he's being sent to death row. But isn't he in the Arkham Asylum? I don't think he gets sent. I don't think
yeah.
if you get. I don't think he gets sentenced to death. I mean, maybe. I don't think he gets sentenced to death.
Well, it might be getting transferred or because it's like mentally ill. So
Yeah. So you want to make the thing is the Joker always involved. I mean, in the comics, always avoids the death penalty because he's legally insane,
right.
right? Like, even though some people say he's faking it, but
But yeah, I do wonder how this is all gonna play out because yeah, I don't until I see the movie, I have a hard time believing that there wouldn't be a Joker 3 because it's like again, you like clearly money talks. I mean, if this, I don't. The thing is, I don't know if this will be nominated for Oscars again. It would have to be really good, and if someone is nominated for this movie, it's probably going to be Lady Gaga, not Joaquin Phoenix.
yeah,
Yeah, which
yeah.
yeah, yeah, that one, that's the one that also confused me too because everybody was saying it was a musical, so and you could see that in the trailer. There's some musical elements, but then he's like, it's not a musical.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not super trusting Todd Phillips because I feel like sometimes he talks out of his ass a lot
I
and
think a lot
says
of
a lot of
directors
stuff.
do.
I think
Honestly,
him in particular, he says a lot of things that don't make sense, and I think he's kind of a weird guy personally. Not to say he makes bad movies, but
Tell me which director is not a weird guy. Name me one.
I don't know. Just like in interviews, the things that he says, it just feels like I don't know. Yeah, you're an accomplished director, and I mean you have all this experience, but I don't know. It's just kind of like some of his philosophies. I'm just like
Screen
I feel
Rant.
like are like backwards, but that's just
What
me.
would,
You know,
what would what would be DCU's first billion movie? I don't think it's gonna be Superman. Honestly,
DCU.
yeah.
Mm,
They went early.
I don't know. I feel like I mean the safest bet is Brave and the Bold because it's Batman, but it is a new interpretation of Batman, and I feel like whenever that's the case, people are maybe slightly skeptical. But if this is like treated, this is the thing, right? If this is treated like, hey, this is the comic accurate Batman, he's got Robin, he's got all these different things that make him comic accurate Batman.
It-
I feel like there might be a lot of hype behind that because we haven't seen that yet. And I'm not saying, I mean, not to say the Batman is not comic accurate, but I'm talking about in terms of like a Batman who operates within the continuity with the other Justice League members.
also, like people want Jensen Ackles as Batman. I mean, yes, this Batman's supposed to be older, but Jensen Ackles in his mid-40s, and I don't think he looks like Bruce Wayne. I think and
No.
now that's not his fault because you can't control how you look. I mean, you can't technically if you get plastic surgery, Botox, but my point is he looks more like I think Grayson, Jason Todd type. His shape of his head, and his face
Right.
looks more like a Jason Todd, Dick Grayson type. You
Yeah,
know,
he looks more like a yeah. I don't know.
and
Well, some of the
also
people they say for Batman, I'm like, what's the guy? Alan Richman?
to
The bit
no.
no, yeah.
Also, Alan Bishop is an okay actor, but the thing to beat Batman, you got to be a great actor to play.
Yeah. No, I agree, Anthony. I still think this is insane that like James Gunn is not gonna just find
Mhm.
some excuse and boot him off the movie
Yeah.
because Andy Muschietti is would be the potential reason why this movie doesn't make $1 billion.
Us. Also, Matt Reeves is kind of advising on it, so
I say if they listen, the person who they should get, I'll give you my recommendation.
it's me. Kidding.
No, like an actual person working. Chad Stahelski. Am I saying his
Oh,
Chad Stahelski.
from John Wick.
John Wick. I feel
Oh,
like first off, one, that would let's be honest. If there's one aspect of Batman that we really haven't gotten, and it was only briefly in the Ben
major
Affleck,
martial arts.
is the martial arts, the beating, like the
Yeah,
actual fight scenes.
because most of his fight scenes is more like brute and power.
And I think we need someone who has, first off, one, I also think he could handle the League of Assassins
I
from
mean,
the comics in an interesting way as well.
if Jason Statham was a good actor and all that stuff, like somebody like that, but has to be look like Bruce Wayne. Like
Who did you
it's hard
say
to
for the
find.
actor? Say that again.
Like if somebody like Jason with Jason somebody could act with Jason Statham kind of martial arts.
Right.
It's hard to find that. It's hard to find an actor like that though. I mean, Keanu Reeves had to learn that, right? Because Keanu
Yeah.
Reeves before John Wick was like, it's going to be hard to find that.
Yeah, they
I
would
don't know
need
Brandon
someone
Skeeter.
I think they need someone who's like in their
'Cause-
late, I would say this, late 30s to early 40s, who is committed to doing the physical stuff and the training. And is also a I wouldn't say A-lister, but someone who's like a BT or guy who he hasn't gotten his shot yet. And he looks like Batman. And honestly, I would not be, this is another thing too. This is like the most controversial one is I wouldn't just look for a white actor. This is the most controversial take, but I think they could get away with potentially someone who's like mixed with Asian for Batman.
maybe.
Again, controversial take, but I don't think that's going to happen. But
It's,
I'm just saying I wouldn't I would be
if,
okay with that.
if it's somebody like Henry Golding, maybe.
Yeah, but I don't think he has the look for Bruce Wayne.
I know. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't. Again, I don't have any actors in mind. I'm just saying, I like the director and the vision. That's what I would prefer. Like, I would prefer a lot of action. Not because, again, if Matt Reeves' movies are still going on, you have to differentiate this Batman somehow, and the only way to differentiate it is you do the hand-to-hand combat stuff.
yeah.
And if again, John Wick is a very good comparison to Batman. Like, when you watch those movies, how methodical he is and how he sorts
Yeah,
out
that's
and thinks of
Batman.
all these things. Yeah, and he has this Batman vibe to him
I mean,
where, I mean, that's why I like,
he was literally trained by the
if
League of
Keanu Reeves was a
Assassins.
better actor, and
Yeah.
he would be a pretty good Batman. But
Yeah, but I don't think he has the chops to be a good Bruce Wayne. That's the problem.
I think he
It's
could. I think the look, he has an interesting look that makes him stand out, and I
but
also think he just has the, like, if he was to put on the cowl and you start seeing him beat
like
up people, you would be blown away. Like,
it's like
everybody would be like, "What the fuck?"
there's certain superhero characters where you need a good actor to play that character. You really
Yeah,
good. And Bruce
you
Wayne
need
won.
that's what I'm saying. This is very tricky. This is
Yeah.
very tricky, in all honesty.
Like if you really think about all the actors, live action actors who played Batman, despite how bad the movies were all good actors. I mean, Michael Keaton is a great actor. Val Kilmer is a good actor too when he was acting. Even George Clooney is a great actor.
Mhm.
Then Kristen Bale, and like Ben Affleck's actually the weakest.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we didn't get to see much of his Batman.
Yeah, that's true. But he's actually, but like yeah, like he's
But yeah,
actually
I think we need to get away from the big bulky Batman that Ben Affleck was. Robert Pattinson is not too much on the hand-to-hand combat. They need a
but
Batman who's agile, who's like very
he
slick.
is that and Robert Pattinson's Batman was agile.
I wouldn't say that. We didn't see him doing a lot of, like,
That's true,
jumping
but
around and tricks and stuff. Like, yeah, he shot up the grappling hook and he flew, but that was like more
that's like the first time he
practical.
flew.
I feel like it wasn't like fantastical. Like, the John Wick stuff is very, like, that's why I'm gonna keep going back to the John Wick stuff, because when you watch, especially the fourth movie and how everybody's operating, it seems like almost inhuman of what they're
The
doing.
the problem is people think Batman has to be all powerful, strength, and agile, all this. That's the thing in the comics. Characters in the comics, they're unrealistic, even the humans.
Right.
They're really unrealistic. If you really think about it. Batman, you
Yeah.
can't do like Batman, yeah, Batman's human, but the way they create the way they make Batman in the comic is like he's like a superhuman, despite not having
Right.
powers or anything like
Well,
that,
they
right?
need
Or
to. I mean, I feel like every single interpretation of Batman that we've
yes.
gotten have made him a badass in a specific way, but they need the DCU Batman needs to be different from those other Batman,
Yeah.
because I feel like that's what makes. I feel like there's a reason why so many people are attracted
This
to Batman. It's because they could do a lot of stuff with him,
Arkham
and
Batman's the best
you could go
Batman.
back and look and see the countless amount of Batmans. I,
Arkham
like this,
Batman,
like this
best
Batman, in my
ever.
opinion, this is what I would say. I would mix the John Wick action stuff, and for sequels, I would also try to mix it with almost like a horror tone. Like, if they were to introduce the Joker in the DCU, I would do, like, if this was like, I was the producer, okay, with James Gunn. I would say they should do Scott Snyder's Joker,
Yeah, horror
because
like.
yeah, where it's that this is the thing, right?
I mean,
I could see
Joker.
I could see Andy Muschietti doing that well, but I don't think
Not
he will
just
get the rest of Batman.
you know, be perfect for horror like Scarecrow too.
Yeah,
Scarecrow.
Scarecrow. I mean, I also think they should dig in and look for more obscure characters and see how they can
Yeah,
make them,
I mean that's.
like, fully fledged A-list Batman villains.
Oh yeah, I mean like the Rat King,
I mean, yeah, the rat catcher. I mean, we've seen the rat catcher in Suicide Squad, the daughter. I mean,
and people fell in love with her.
Yeah, I mean, could you do her father as a Batman villain? Maybe
With
not a
Taika
main
Waititi.
Batman villain, but not with
You know,
Taika Waititi. Hell no, not with Taika Waititi. You got to recast, do something else.
But is the Rat Catcher in that Batman Arkham Shadow game, or do they just call him the Rat King? This is the
Yeah,
same
he's called the
character.
Rat. I'm pretty sure it's the Rat Catcher. I
It
do
could
want to
be.
play that game. I wish I had a VR because it does look
I
good.
guarantee you, if Rat Catcher wasn't popular in the Suicide Squad, they would never done this in that game.
Well, here's the thing though. Ratcatcher has been in the Arkham games. It's just he doesn't appear for some reason.
Because he's not yeah, that's true. That's true.
Because yeah, if you go and you collect all the files, he's in Arkham Asylum, he's in Arkham
Yeah.
City. I think, and then in Arkham Knight, I think there's some brief references to him. But
Right
in
through
Arkham
Arkham
City and
Knight,
Asylum, you could read
I
about
thought in
it
the graphic
completely.
novels that prelude to Arkham. Then I don't know. I don't think it's canon anymore. But didn't Jason Todd kill him?
Yeah, Jason Todd killed him in Arkham before Arkham
Because,
Knight.
but I don't think. But those comics, they decided not to make it canon anymore, right?
No, I think they are canon. Because
Okay.
it's because, like I said, there's only like bits of references to him in
So what's
Arkham
Arkham
Knight.
Shadows taking place? No, that's in the. I
This
think that's
is
the
this is the
Montreal universe.
sequel to Origins.
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
in
yeah, it's
Arkham.
Origins.
It's still
So,
Arkham Asylum. It's just a
yeah,
sequel
because
to
I know it's
Origins.
Barbara Gordon and all that. Yeah, yeah, I remember. Yeah, it's from the Origins. Yeah, man. So it's before Arkham Asylum, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What else do we have? I don't know what else DC stuff we have. What else is there? Um. Oh, he said Metamorpho, mate. It's not going to be heavy VFX. Metamorpho James Gunn.
Okay, that's interesting. I mean, we haven't seen him on set.
Here's a crazy.
We assumed he was that blue screen
Yeah.
actor, right?
Here's a crazy Plastic Man DC movie from a famous Warren director. But you know why it's probably happening? It's by GFRB, Giant Freaking Robot.
Well, so what was the rumor from them? They always say bullshit. The only
Yeah,
thing they got right was the Henry Cavill as Wolverine.
Yeah, so the Plastic Man DCU movie in talks with infamous award-winning actor from Giant Freaking Robot. So
I think we're gonna get Plastic Man at some point.
Chernovsky? That?
Yeah,
Chernovsky?
that was yeah, there was a rumor. I mean, that's not their rumor. That was an old rumor.
Well,
That is it Darren Aronofsky?
yeah.
I can't. It always regardless, I butchered his name, but he did
you said it right,
Mother.
yeah, stuff like that.
He did, yeah, a Requiem for a Dream. He did, a lot of art house movies. Plastic. The thing is, like, he's not. I mean, he did do a pitch for Batman Begins. It was gonna be not Batman, but I mean, the thing is, he's such a weird kind of director where I also don't think he's like totally against comic book movies. It's just, again, he's a weird director and most studios wouldn't hire him. That's the only thing. But if he did a Plastic Man movie, I know Plastic Man is comedic, and I think he would probably put that in there because he's not really opposed to comedy. He's just like his comedy is more absurd kind of comedy, and it's very subtle. So, but most of his movies are not that. They don't Mother has absurdity comedy in it, but it's a horror movie, so it's weird. It's also this this dream with Jennifer Lawrence, and it's such a weird movie, Mother, if you've seen it. But
oh yeah.
But I don't know. It sounds such like a weird idea where I'm like, I mean, why not? I mean, you're doing James Mangold is supposed to be potentially doing Swamp Thing. He hasn't really done anything like that.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, to be honest, if I had to pick, if Darren Aronofsky, if I had to give him a character that might suit his like sensibilities, and I'm biased a little bit because I keep saying, if people have listened before, I've mentioned this character. I think you should do an Animal Man movie. I would
Just
prefer a TV show for Animal Man, but I think if they're gonna do the horror aspect of Animal Man, you might as well make it into a
let's
movie.
James Gunn should give Spielberg a movie.
Yeah, I mean, remember Spielberg was supposed to make a DC movie.
Oh, Martian Manhunter would be good.
What was the movie he was supposed to make?
Oh, is he?
Yeah, it was like like a World War II.
Oh, give him Martian Manhunter.
Was it like Blackbird or something?
Oh, it was the Blackhawks?
Blackhawk. Yeah.
What's her name? What's her name? Lady Blackhawk?
Let me see.
What's her name? Lady Blackhawk? Did she join
No, it wasn't Blackhawk. No. It was like a team. It was a team. Oh yeah, the Blackhawk. Yeah. I'm okay. I'm looking at it now.
Did she join?
The Blackhawks.
Didn't join when the members joined like the Birds of Prey for like a brief time?
Did they?
The one of the females does. They should what? DC Blackhawk. They should make a Green Arrow movie, man.
Lady Blackhawk.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The Spielberg was supposed to be attached to making this movie, and they never did. Yeah, right here. They confirmed that they written a script, and he also confirmed, it wasn't gonna be part of the DC extended universe. But then it didn't go anywhere, and I assume this is all just canceled.
Mm-hmm. Right, they should. They should really make a Green Arrow movie, or something, or a TV show. No, they already had a show. They don't need a show.
They already had a show.
Yeah, like a real Green. I mean, the show was too much Batman-like. Yeah, but it should really.
Oh, you know what's funny? I'm looking at it right here. The Blackhawks did appear in Arrow.
Did they? Oh.
Yeah.
They should really do a Green Arrow, Black Canary. I don't know, like.
Yeah, I remember the Black Canary. What was it? A movie or a show? I can't even remember.
There was. Yeah, the actors were supposed to get something. Yeah, that never happened.
Yeah.
And remember, Gal Del Toro was this supposed to do like?
I honestly still feel like Del Toro should come back and do Justice League Dark. I mean, at this rate, if you have Swamp Thing, there's the rumored Dead Man animated show. I mean, can we just get a Justice League Dark?
Yeah, a 10.
I mean, like, he wants to do it. Like, it's Guillermo del Toro. Like, he's gonna do it. So, can we just do it? Like, who cares if it doesn't make money?
I think it'll make money. I mean,
happen.
I think it'll make money because I think Batman will make a cameo in it.
Well, if they could put Batman into it and that greenlights the movie, and I don't care. Do whatever to greenlight this movie.
Did you like the Justice League? Did you like the Justice League Dark animated movie?
No, I didn't look at that.
Well, Batman's pretty much the one who got the Justice League Dark together and decided, you know what, we need a magic supernatural division of Justice League.
Yeah, I will remember they were also going to do Zatanna. This is Zatanna movie, and then it just disappeared. DC has a lot of these movies that they announce and then they don't go anywhere. So I think it's better that. Well, the thing is, I think the reason why James Gunn is not saying anything is I think he did learn not to. Yo, Streamlabs, shut your fucking mouth. Shut your fucking mouth. That's why you're not a mod. Shut your fucking mouth. Anyway.
The Nightwing film.
Then, the Nightwing film with Chris McKay went nowhere. Remember Our Man was supposed to get a movie?
Yeah.
So look at this, what it's saying here. I need your permission to be a mod.
Well, yeah, it's not getting it.
Yeah. Yeah, Our Man. It sounded like a cool concept, but went nowhere. I also wonder too, like, will James Gunn potentially reboot or soft reboot shows that were people liked. Oh yeah, Static with Michael B. Jordan producing, that went nowhere.
What about
Like,
the Black Superman?
well, they still say that J.J. Abrams is making the Superman movie. Like, Wonder Twins got canceled.
Yeah, they got canceled like a week after it got announced.
Yeah, like all this shit from the DCEU. Like, there's more DCEU canceled projects than there are DCEU movies. You know what I mean? Like, that's how fucked up this shit is. Like, they had Cyborg, the Green Lanterns movie, and then the Green Lantern show that they then changed and reworked into this new show. Like, it's just like, it was truly a fucking mess at DC. Yeah, Harley Quinn and Joker. There was also the standalone Joker movie with Jared Leto that went nowhere. Like, all this shit they had, and they always announce it. They were like announcing, "Hey, this movie, yeah, The Trench, like,
Yeah.
shit
Who
nuts,
was I?
New Gods,
The Trench. The Trench.
Deadshot." he's
They
yo,
did, like,
Sideway knows. He's gonna post them all.
the Trench. The Trench. Who the hell? How did that get passed? How did Warner Bros. Agree to that?
Because wasn't it gonna be like it was gonna be the Young Justice? Some of them were gonna be
Man of
in
Steel
this
2.
movie. Man of Steel 2,
Yeah, they
Wonder
announced
Woman
a bunch.
3, like the Ben Affleck Batman movie. Like, this is
Well, the
insane.
Ben Affleck movie
Deathstroke
technically
movie. I mean, this is fucking nuts.
the Ben Affleck movie did happen. It just became Matt Reeves.
Yeah,
Batman
then it
movie.
became Matt Reeves movie, and then
A
Matt
totally
Reeves said he's
different
not.
movie. It was a totally different thing from the original idea.
Yeah, well, it was supposed to be Black Manta, but I'm pretty sure it was Aqualad, but like Aqualad from the Young
The
Justice,
son of Black
not
Manta.
the classic Aqualad.
And the Young Justice is the son of Black Manta, isn't he?
Oh, is it the son of Black? Yeah, I forget, but
Yeah, but in the DCU, I wouldn't think this Black Manta has a son yet.
no, it might have just been Aqualad somehow. I don't
But
know
Black
how.
Manta does. I think Black Manta does have a son in the comics.
I think it is what you're saying. I just can't remember.
Okay.
But there was all this, like, I mean, Sideways might tell us if he knows, but there
The
was all this,
Snyderverse.
like, yeah, the Snyderverse,
Justice League Part
Snyderverse as
3.
a whole. But the thing is, was Zack Snyder. I mean, I do wonder this. Like, would have let's say in some alternate reality, if the Snyder movies were successful, was Zack Snyder going to just abandon it after Justice League Part 3? Because he keeps saying that he only intended to make 5 movies, but none of his movies reference the other DC movies.
He'd like the Russos to go back to it because everything else would not be successful. Like it is now.
Could you imagine an alternate universe where the DCEU was like in the position of the MCU? You know how insane that would be?
Hey, I thought the table was going to turn with BVS.
Nah.
And it didn't. It didn't.
BVS, I felt like, did way more damage. Like, that was a movie that...
I thought before going in that film, yeah, this is the table's going to turn in DC's favor. This is Batman and Superman, the two of the biggest comic book characters on film in comic book history. Yeah, Marvel has no chance. That's what I thought going to see BVS. Then I saw BVS. I'm like, nope. And then I saw
BVS was the biggest blunder. I feel like BVS has to be the biggest blunder in cinematic history.
I remember, like, blinded. There were Marvel was afraid of BVS.
Yeah, they were. And then by the end of the year, Civil War grossed more money than BVS.
It did a lot more.
Like, it's just insane, man. Like,
Batman Beyond film, yeah.
Yeah, Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond has been something they've been always trying to work. And the thing is, like, what I don't understand about Batman Beyond is they, like, so first off, one, they always have this idea of doing some type of movie or bringing it back, but then they're like, "Oh, we're not interested." And like the
Yeah.
whole reason why the cartoon got canceled, like there was like I didn't know this. There's a video about this, but you know that Return to Joker movie? Apparently that had like a ton of problems because it was like too dark for kids. And
Oh, I
so
see both versions. It was
yeah, there's two different versions, but it was too dark and they had to edit the
two di-
movie.
two different death scenes of the Joker.
Yeah, and apparently when they were trying to make Batman Beyond, they were
It
like
is
the
dark. It is dark.
executives didn't like they didn't really like the concept, and so they always try to like change it and meddle with it. But I mean, even in the comics, they didn't really like they did bring back Batman Beyond, but it's not the same. And I do
Yeah.
wonder like with this now like now that Cape Crusader is semi successful, I mean it's was trending on Amazon. Like this had to have been successful, right?
I remember that too. Sideways. I
Could they
remember that
could
too.
they not just green light a Batman Beyond spiritual successor to the original series, but it's like more mature? Because I feel like that might be a better first step to actually getting a Batman Beyond movie. Because the people who grew up with that show are adults,
Uh-huh.
and I don't think the show really explored the concept super well. I mean, the one big thing, and maybe I don't remember all the episodes. I want to say like 6 years ago, I tried to watch all of them, but I didn't get through them. But have they ever? And again, I don't know the Batman Beyond comics all that well. I just know like small details that have happened. But have they ever introduced what happened to Arkham Asylum? Because I feel like they could do something really cool with Arkham Asylum within the Batman Beyond universe. Like there's a lot of like wasted potential where it's like, can they just do a game, a show? Like, can they just do something?
Uh-huh. There was a Batman Beyond video game for like Super
Yeah,
N64.
and N64, yeah.
What? It was a Joker game. It was Beyond the
It
Joker,
was
wasn't
it was a tie-in game. But I'm talking like because
it?
even
I
you
know.
remember they had the Batman Beyond game from Warner Brothers Montreal, and that got canceled.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
but the thing is, that game had nothing to do with Batman Beyond. It was Damian Wayne as Batman,
yes,
and it was just it wasn't even Batman Beyond. In all honesty, it
yeah.
was not. So it's like they need to, yeah, I agree. Sideways, they need to bring the next Arkham. This is why I'm like, because the thing is, the people who made the Arkham games are gone. Like they're not at Rocksteady anymore. But at the
No.
same time,
You see the Suicide Squad as a result of that.
yeah. So I mean, I want to see a Batman Beyond game. It may be in the Arkham universe because at this point, I mean, yeah, the Arkham universe. I think they fucked it up. I think it's done. So
I
the
did.
only way you can really do anything with it is if you just like jump into the far future and maybe Batman is like still alive. And you just say that Suicide Squad was like a fever dream. Because I'm surprised this game is like pretty much dead. Like Suicide Squad's dead. Who's playing the
I'm
fucking
not.
game? No
I'm
one
not.
is. Yeah. And did you see the the Mrs. Freeze? It's not his wife. It's actually a female version of Mr. Freeze. Like,
From a different universe.
yeah, from a different universe. Like totally fucking stupid.
Because they're both dead.
And
They didn't know the right.
everybody in the comments was saying, why didn't they just make Nora Freeze Mrs. Freeze?
Because they're
No,
both dead.
well, it's a different universe.
I mean, but the ones from Arkham Knight are both dead. Remember, they
I don't
decided
think
that.
I don't think they were
This,
dead. They went off in that ship and that was it.
yeah, but Nora. Yeah, but
Was
eventually
there
Nora
something
passed
in
away because
Suicide Squad? I don't.
Nora. If you remember, Nora did not want to be in that in the thing again. The
Oh yeah,
cloud
she didn't.
warrior.
But I don't think
But she
Mr.
died at least. She
But
died.
it
She
doesn't. But the thing is, it doesn't even matter because this Mrs. Freeze is from a different universe.
yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure Mr. Freeze
And,
is still
and,
alive because at the end,
and
because in the DLC, you're talking about in the DLC, right?
In the comics, I mean, Lord Freeze, she does come out of the cryo chamber. She develops like fire powers, and she does leave Victor Freeze.
Yeah,
Like,
yep.
like
But
she
yeah,
can't
they
stand him.
didn't even bother doing anything. Like all the DLC characters that are supposed to be next, I think it's like okay, they
Yeah,
have Deathstroke, and then they have I think it's supposed to be Deadshot's daughter. What's the character's name?
I forget her name. That's right. That's right.
Lawless? Is it Lawless? I think.
Oh, I don't know the daughter. That's a good question.
Let me Google it. It is Lawless.
Lawless,
Yeah,
lawless,
Lawless is the
Lawless,
character supposed to be in.
lawless, Lawton. What kind of name is that? Oh
Yeah,
my god, that's such a
yeah.
bad.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they could have done a Superman game. They could have done a ton of stuff, but then we got this Suicide Squad game, and it was not good. And I refused to buy it. I seen like the cutscenes, and I'm not interested. I'm not interested. Like they would have to like dramatically change up the game for me to even consider. And at this point, we're just all
You're just
waiting for
you're
them to
de-
pull the plug.
you're defending the demo of the crazy on Tony stream.
Yeah, because the demo was like, it's like, yeah, I played the demo, I liked the demo, but I couldn't even get in a word because it was all like, oh God, you like the game? It was like, yeah, I like the game, but it's a demo, so I don't know if it's gonna be good or not. And
Yeah,
on all honesty,
and,
if I got to finish what I was saying,
and
they
you
would
were
have
not
known.
talking about much. I mean, I
Yeah,
played the demo, and we were under an NDA too. Like,
yeah, and so the thing is, like, they should never even had that NDA because
it's
the
stupid.
people who played it actually said it wasn't that bad, but the only concern was the mission designs repetitive. No one knew if that was going to be the case, but it
Yeah,
was. And
it
we just
was.
knew at the ending the game was just like what we played. Like the reason
It's
why we were able to play that and why we said it was good was because that was the only good part of the game.
it just it's gonna be by Warner Brothers Studio.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
there's this. Okay, you want to hear something? This is bullshit though. Let me say it.
yeah,
This is
before we end
probably
the stream.
bullshit.
Yeah.
But there's a rumor going around that s-
Oh no.
Rocksteady,
Oh.
Rocksteady. Sorry, I took like a massive pause there. Rocksteady is supposedly making a Justice League game that is going to reuse the assets of Suicide Squad. But the thing is, when they pitched the idea to Warner Brothers said they will only greenlight it if it's another live service game like Suicide Squad.
Oh.
I don't think that's true because it just sounds too like, this was like some 4chan rumor, okay? But
Oh, of
it was
course.
on the subreddit and I thought it was funny. Oh, you know what's also funny too about the Suicide Squad? There's people who like they're just so sick of the game, but yet they don't want to talk about it. So what they do is they actually review an alternate universe game that's called Thunderbolts Kill the Avengers. It's the funniest shit I've seen. This is probably the best meme. So people are dunking on Suicide Squad, but they're pretending like it's a
Mm.
alternate universe Marvel game. And like there's like what dude drew what was it? Damn, what's that character from the Spider-Man game that people don't like? The one Speedball, I forget her name.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's, that woman who likes to go viral, right?
Yeah.
Speed
So
is it
so
Speedball?
they have her shooting and killing Batman or not Batman, Spider-Man, but it looks like Screwball.
Screwball, yeah,
So they
yeah. It's
have
fucking annoying.
Screwball.
I
So
can't believe they
like
put
the
her
guy
back in the second game. I'm like, fuck no.
she's not in the second game though.
But she's mentioned, isn't she?
No, she's not. I
Oh, I
don't
forget that.
if she's mentioned, I don't remember the mention, but she's not in the game.
Even the first. Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
first game she was in it though, but they have Screwball killing Spider-Man, like the scene of Harley Quinn killing Batman, and like the guy's talking about how like this is like the worst scene in the game, and it's dude, like the people who are making these memes where it was so funny, man. Like they basically designed like the entire game, like switched all the characters out and was like, why did they kill Captain America with a fucking super serum? Like that doesn't even make any fucking sense. It's so funny, man. Oh man. But just type it in, you'll find it. Avengers.
Thunderbolts versus Avengers.
No, Thunderbolts kill the Avengers.
Okay, I will type it. Thank you guys for coming on, man. It's midnight where we are. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, no problem. Wait. Okay, I know it's hold on. I know it's midnight, but I gotta say one thing non-related. I thought you were gonna mention this. Did you see that Disney is going full David Zaslav? They removed the merchandise.
Oh, and I can like, yeah.
This is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Like,
yeah,
on the Disney store.
It's not selling well. The Acolyte merchandise. It's definitely so. You know what? Let's pull it.
Yeah, if you search the Acolyte on the Disney store, you can't find any merchandise. It's insane. I don't know if it's a glitch, but there's no way that was a glitch.
No, they admitted it. That's not a glitch, man. No, they admitted it. They admitted to pulling it.
So let's take our bets now. I'll make a prediction because there is precedent for this. Remember the show, that was supposed to be a reboot or a sequel, Willow?
Yeah,
remember that?
Season 2, yeah.
Who made that show? Lucasfilm. So this is where my prediction comes in. I think within the next 6 to 9 months, Star Wars Acolyte will be removed from Disney Plus. You could clip this. We'll see where it goes, but that's my prediction.
Disney has moved their shows from Disney Plus.
Yeah, Willow is an example. So when it happens, you heard it here first. I was the one that told you, Bob Iger, or as Campia calls him, Daddy Iger, removed Star Wars Acolyte because John Campia did not watch the show, and he did not want to disappoint his husband.
That show was created for Bob Iger.
Yeah,
for Campia. Bob Iger created that show just for Campia. But yeah, Blind, where can we find you?
You can find me on Threads and YouTube. Definitely not Disney Plus though. I'm not gonna be on Disney Plus. Well, I'm also not subscribed to Disney Plus, but I do watch their content. I will tell you how. I promise you, I think it's legal the way I'm watching it.
All right. Guys, tomorrow we're not doing detracting tomorrow, so we're doing something like this again. We're not doing Grace. We're not doing John. I mean, Grace hasn't said anything. I mean, the Grace's last thing that she did, we talked about anyway. So, John Campia did do a stream today. For some reason, it wasn't live.
Mm-hmm.
I guess maybe it was membership live only. It was weird, but yeah, there was nothing interesting. John Campia that he talked about today. Well, actually, I didn't really listen, but the titles. Also, tomorrow, like I said, tomorrow, we're talking Marvel. And what I mean by Marvel, MCU, and what I mean by MCU, I'm talking about characters we would like to see in the MCU that have not been introduced in the MCU. And I'm talking about characters like Ghost Rider, technically Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but we could play. It's my rule. It's my stream. It's my rule, so I can break it if I want.
Right.
So, yeah, technically Ghost Rider, Team like Alpha Flight. And when it comes to the X-Men, I know the X-Men are technically some way they're in the MCU, but I'm talking about like Cyclops, Storm. Those characters are not. They haven't appeared in the MCU. I mean, Wolverine has been in it, so I guess he doesn't count. I'm talking about like those characters, like from the X-Men, because X-Men is kind of like the in between in MCU and not MCU right now, because certain characters are X-Men. Or were in the MCU, it showed up in the MCU, and certain characters not. Like Beast, for example. Like I have a theory that the Beast, the Kelsey Grammer Beast, that might be the X-Men we get going forward. Like, why else in the show? I don't know. But like, all right. So So what I mean, so once again with X-Men, it's in between because some characters in X-Men have showed up in MCU, some haven't. Wolverine, Deadpool, Colossus, whoever the other X-Men were at the party, Professor X. But if you, but like you have seen Storm. We're technically have seen Gambit, but I don't know. But you get the idea. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment below. Bye.
Peace.